think that AI is smart, but the truth is that AI is just as smart as the person prompting it. And right now, just a large number of persons are using AI the wrong way. Think that they're writing weak prompts, then getting just average result, and end up blaming the AI for this poor result. But there's another set, just a small group of persons, approximately maybe 5%, are using the exact same AI tool and getting insanely good results. What changes? Same AI tools, but different results. Getting different code, different designs, different YouTube script, different write up, better everything. So, what's the difference? So, you can now see that it's not the AI, it is actually the prompt. Take, for instance, if you ask AI, write me a YouTube script, what you're going to get, you're going to get something generic, something boring and forgettable. But let's say we flipped it and say, AI, write me a highly retentive YouTube script that is geared towards the tech niche that follows story pattern, and it's with an intro that hook viewers into watching more. You're going to get something different, and the output is actually going to shift for something boring to something highly convertible. So you can see same AI, different result. So in this video, I'm just going to show you the difference between a bad prompts and powerful prompts. And at the end of the day, I'll also give you a framework that you are going to follow that is going to 10 times improve your output, your result, and your productivity. So especially if you are in the tech niche or you're a developer or designer, not much theory, no fluffs, just practical step by step prompting guide that actually works. Because I want you to understand something. If you actually understand how AI works, you are going to stop using AI as a beginner and start using it like a weapon and as a pro. So if you are ready, let's jump right into this and let's keep it going. Okay, so welcome. It's time to jump on the screen. Let's see how AI prompting actually work, because it seems you are not getting the result you desire because you've been prompting AI the wrong way. First, you have to understand the basics of prompting. Okay, you are trying to communicate with the AI, which doesn't know anything about you. So you have to put that in perspective, because AI will definitely give you generic prompt when you do not give it enough context about yourself or what you are trying to achieve. Okay, so basically your prompt is an input. AI have to process it and give it an output. So a lot of persons get it wrong from here. The input you give to AI is going to give it enough keyword context and user intent that will make it understand what you're trying to achieve, and clarity in your instruction is very crucial in understanding the desired outcome that such AI is going to produce for you. Okay, first let us understand what you're talking about. The concept of a prompt. Basically, a prompt is an input that you provide to an AI. Then an AI expects clear instruction, because believe me, millions of people are prompting the same AI to get the same result you are looking for. So for you to get something really tailored to what you want, you need to give AI basic instruction, and that instruction is more like a clear guide that dictates what AI should accomplish. And again, talking about context help to enhance AI understanding of your request. Okay, context could be a PDF file you give to an AI, an image you give to an AI, or more text you give to an AI to understand what you're trying to achieve. Okay, so before I continue, I'm just going to show you how I prompt ChatGPT. Take for instance, this is a row which I was putting up for. Okay, so what I did is that I needed AI to give me a custom resume. Okay, so I had to put in my CV as a dev, CV as a data collector. So
pull this together, tailor it to the job I shared above. And so this generally is called context. Okay, so this is called context. It gives it more information, okay, about me, what I've done previously. It's going to use this context to work on what I'm trying to achieve, the CV, and give me something tailor-made towards my particular case scenario. So that is what I'm talking about when I mean context. The constraint defined limit of for AI responses is set boundary for the AI and it to ensure you get your desired output. Again, you have to understand the difference between a good prompt and a bad one, anatomy of prompting. So basically, you need to give key components to AI, which define the AI role. That is very important. Take for instance, you are prompting the AI, you need to give it a role. Maybe you are a senior software developer, you are a marketing expert with 25 years of experience. Such clear instruction is going to help the AI to really know what they are expected to do. When you give it that role, okay, it's going to act basically with that nuances. Okay, so for instance, talking about giving AI a role, look at what we have here. This is just a prompt to build an app, as a technical co-founder. So this is the role we provide for the AI. You are now my technical co-founder. Your job is to help me build a real product I can use, share, or launch, handle all the building, but keep me in loop and in control. It's going to go ahead to do that. Then you could say that this is the idea of the app. Then is how serious I am just exploring. Is more like a stepwise process. I want to use it for myself. I want to share it with others. I want to launch it publicly. So there are other couple of stuffs which we might not really go into details for now. But by the way, if you need all of this context, I'm using all of this stuff. You could just comment prompt in the comment section. I'll send you all of those stuffs. You just comment prompt and I'll send you all of them. Okay, so prompt examples. Understanding the distinction between a bad and a good prompt is very crucial for effective AI interaction. Okay, because most times, like I said earlier, people provide vague prompt and expect a good output. It doesn't work that way. Whatever prompt you've given to your AI is going to work with that compo with the context you provide. Okay, like I said, image context, text, PDF files, docs. This is going to give more robust information to the AI to work with. So like write something about a business, this lacks direction, whereas a well-defined request such as a marketing expert. So when you say as a marketing expert, you are giving a role to that AI, to work purview of that direction. Write a 200-word blog intro on sustainable business practices. So this is going to definitely yield a better result. So what we'll do now, we go ahead to check more examples of good and bad prompts. So right now, it's really time to look at specific prompts, look at the anatomy of prompt, the bad prompt versus the good prompt, how you ought to structure your prompt. The first one is maybe for developers, just go ahead to dump this text, telling the AI fix this code. This is not a very good way to put this. Rather, a more appropriate way that AI will really understand and give you a very good output is when you could say, instead of just saying fix this code, rather you could go ahead to say fix the failure test in auth.ts file relating to email validation and explain the change. Don't change the public URL, run text and report results. Again, another bad prompt, maybe you are creating faceless YouTube videos, which is one of the in thing now. You could, when you say make a faceless YouTube video script about making money online, vague no role, no constraint, no particular direction. Rather, what a better way can you do this? So rather, you are going to say act as a YouTube scripter for faceless YouTube. Once you do this, you are giving AI a role. Create 5 to 7 mini scripts on 3 realistic ways beginner can make money online with AI. A more structured approach, 5 to 7 minutes, a time constraint, which include strong hook, clear explanation for each method, simple examples, ending with a call to action. Keep it clear, engaging, and easy to follow. So once you do this, AI is going to understand what you're trying to achieve better, and you are going to definitely get better results for this. So I'm going to pause this video here. So I'm going to have another video which is more part 2 of this. We are going to deep dive into practical steps on how to do this. So look up, click on the next video that you are seeing. It's going to take us further into the practical step on how to do this. You're definitely going to enjoy it. I'll see you there.